What's up, everybody?
No, but seriously, is my hair okay?
Welcome to part 3 of the Kuku Paka series, where I'm trying to make the best Kuku Paka in the world. In the last few episodes, we learned what Kuku Paka is and how to make the best sauce for the marinade and final smears. I don't really know if that's true, but you know, whatever, it's all right. If you haven't checked out those videos, make sure you check them out in the description down below or to the side, or in this episode, we're gonna prepare the chicken and a few other little there they are, just to bring the meal together. All right, let's get lost. To ensure I have really moist and delicious grilled chicken, I decided to stick with only the dark meat in this recipe. Chicken breast has its uses, but not right now. In the last episode, I utilized the skins and bones for the sauce, so all I'm left with is the skinless, boneless meat from the legs and thighs. When I researched what Kuku Paka is, I came across Jaconi Magic's video where she brined her chicken with a variety of spices, sugar, and salt. I am absolutely hijacking that idea because I usually just bring salt and sugar to the party. In this particular brine, I'm gonna go with star anise, black pepper, coriander seeds, allspice, and green cumin. After topping that off with water, I let it sit in the fridge for a few hours. Okay, once that was finished, I washed off the brine and then marinated the chicken in our sauce from the last episode. Now, while that sits in the fridge overnight, let's make some side condiments and some side sauces to elevate this dish up a little more. Now, the purpose behind these sauces is to add a bit of freshness and a bit of acid and some really delicious flavor in your mouth. The first one is a green coconut chutney. This one is always on the family table, but I've added a few adjustments since I'm in Oaxaca. First, I like all sorts of greens in my sauces, so instead of only cilantro, I'm adding espazote and yerba buena. Espazote is a bit of an acquired taste, but let me tell you, it's been acquired. And yerba buena is the same family as mint. Then I'm gonna put some fresh coconut meat, topped with fresh green chilies, salt, and finishing off with lime. If you're trying to follow along and you don't have any fresh coconut meat, feel free to use desiccated coconut and some coconut milk. I like my chutney acidic, but you can add as much lime and salt as you want to taste. The next side dish is a kachumba, also known as kachumbar or kachumbari, but in Swahili, it's kachumba, which is essentially a side salad you mix in with the main dish. Now, I'm sure there are plenty of ways to do this, but there are a few tricks I've learned along the way. First, I cut my onions as thin as possible. Trust me, I've been tossed out of the kitchen for this. Very traumatic story. Let's say that for another time, okay? Please, before I cry. But seriously. Next, I massage them with a ton of salt. This loosens up the texture and gets rid of the super pungent onion bite that you might normally get from raw onions. I usually let that sit for a little bit to draw out as much moisture as possible, and then I wash all the salt off with cold water. If you want to bring back the firm texture of the onion, just leave it in some ice cold water in the fridge for an hour. It'll kind of pop right back to place. Next, I slice up some cucumbers and tomatoes very thin and then top off the salad with our flavor. In this case, I'm using cilantro, pickled chilies, lime, and salt. Fresh green chilies are normally used, but I'm in love with these pickled chilies, so here we are. Next, mix everything together, and there you have it, some Swahili kachumba. Our final little side sauce is gonna be a green oil we can drizzle all over the final dish. Today, I'm using hoja santa because right now, in this moment of time, it is my favorite green in all of Oaxaca. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, it is. So to make this aromatic oil, I'm gonna blanch the leaves for 30 seconds so I have a green oil, not a brown oil. Then I'm gonna put it in a blender with some neutral canola oil and strain it. Now, I don't want green debris falling through the strainer, so I'm gonna use a strainer and some cloth, and I'll let it drip overnight. All right. What do you say we start grilling? So I built a little makeshift grill using a few cement blocks and what looks like an HVAC cover, but you know, it works. So once that fire is started, it's chicken time. Is that what chickens do? I took my marinated legs and thighs and skewered them with 2 wooden skewers each. Now, the reason I'm doing that is to add a bit of stability on the grill. The 2 sticks give me a little bit of stability when I'm lifting everything up. I don't want anything falling off or spinning around, and you know, sometimes one part gets cooked and the other part, I used to. You can do whatever you want. Now, the strategy we're gonna go with on this grilled chicken is a quadruple grill. Quadruple, quadruple grill.
We'll see if that works. I don't know what that was.
I'm gonna coat the chicken and grill it 4 separate times to develop a delicious crust. Yeah. Let's see what happens.
This a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it.
And this a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it. And this a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it.
Okay, that was fun. On the last turn, I'm gonna add a finishing spice. In this case, I'm gonna add our garam masala from the last episode for a little aroma. While everything gets warm on the grill before serving, I wanna add a final touch to our sauce. I keep saying final touch, and I keep adding more final touches, but I promise this will be the last final touch. Maybe, I don't know. I've heard it called a bunch of different names. Tadka, chonk, other things. This is a final sizzle of flavored aromatic oil that can be poured over any sauce or dish. In this version, I'm gonna heat up some oil previously used to fry onions, which holds a ton of flavor. When it's hot enough, I add cumin seeds, followed by dried chilies, and then finished off with some chili powder. In this case, I'm using puya chilies, puya, and a chili costeño powder. And now, we're ready for the meal.
Fuck this.
Es muy rica.
Cerveza?
All right, thank you for joining me on this journey of Kuku Paka. If you haven't checked out the first 2 episodes, go ahead and check it out down below in the description. Make sure you subscribe because next week we're gonna explore why I suck at making chapatis. Yeah. Thank you for watching. My name's Shazad. Welcome to the show. Hit that subscribe button, mother.